Stop waking your sleeping newborn. You know why your baby is waking up every 20 minutes. Not because you are doing anything wrong, but because nobody tells parents that a sleeping newborn can cry, grunt, smile, move, suck and twitch and even open their eyes while they are still sleeping. So you hear a noise, assume your baby needs you, pick them up and accidentally wake them up completely. This isn't the only mistake parents make with the newborn sleep. Some babies should be allowed to sleep, others actually need to be woken for feeding. And some of the products marketed to help babies sleep can make the sleep less safe. So let's talk about what newborn sleep really looks like, when to leave your baby alone, when to wake them up, and how to help them sleep better, because that's what we all want. And what you should never do. I'm a midwife and psychology student, and this is what every new parent should know about newborn sleep. Newborns do not sleep like adults. An adult sleep cycle lasts approximately 90 minutes. A newborn cycle is much shorter, often around 45 to 60 minutes. And instead of moving quietly into deep sleep, newborns often begin with something called active sleep. Remember, this term is really important. Active sleep is similar to REM sleep in adults, but it plays a really important role in the brain development. But it doesn't always look like sleep. During this active sleep, your baby may move their eyes underneath their eyelids, twitch their arms and legs, smile or frown, make a sucking movements, breathe irregularly, grunt or squeak, briefly cry, that's important, and sometimes even open their eyes. This is the moment when many parents rush in. But before you touch your baby, stop and watch. If their eyes are mostly closed, the noise come and go, and they are not giving you clear waking or hunger cues. Wait a few seconds. Your baby may be moving between sleep stages and could settle again without your help. If you immediately pick them up, turn on the light and start talking to them, you may transform active sleep into a fully awake baby. After active sleep, a newborn may move into quiet sleep. Remember this, quiet sleep, really important. Now, the body becomes still. Breathing is slower and more regular. The face looks relaxed, the hands may be open, and your baby feels heavier in your arms. This is a deep sleep. If your baby falls asleep while feeding or being held, you want to transfer them into their cot. Quiet sleep is usually your best opportunity to relax yourself. Instead of moving them the second they close their eyes, wait until their breathe becomes regular and their body feels completely relaxed. For many babies, this may take around 15 to 20 minutes. So the transition from the active sleep into the deep sleep. Then lower them gently into their cot, keeping their body close to yours for as long as possible. Place the bottom down first, and then their back, and finally their head. Rest your hand gently on their chest a few seconds before moving it away. This doesn't guarantee that your baby will sleep and will stay asleep. Newborns are wonderfully unpredictable, but it may make the transformation less sudden. You probably heard this advice: never wake up a sleeping baby. But for newborn, that advice can be dangerous if it's taken literally. A healthy baby who's feeding efficiently, gaining weight, has been cleared by the healthcare professional, may sometimes be allowed to sleep for a longer stretch. But some newborns need to be woken regularly for feeding. And this includes following babies: have not regulated their birth weight, were born prematurely, have a low birth weight, have jaundice, are feeding efficiently, are dehydrated, or have been given a specific feeding plan. A written rule is not never wake up a sleeping baby. The rule is do not wake a baby simply because active sleep looks like waking, but always follow the baby's individual feeding and medical plan. And there's another important distinction. A baby who sleeps peacefully is one thing. A baby who is unusually difficult to wake is something completely different. If your newborn cannot be woken properly for feeding, has a weak suck, feeds much less than usual, produces fewer wet nappies, has unusual breathing, or simply seems unwell, seek medical advice. Do not assume that an extremely sleepy newborn is just a good sleeper. Now the question every exhausted parent wants to answer: how can I make my newborn sleep better? First, let's change that goal. The goal is not to make a newborn sleep through the night. Their stomach is small, their circadian rhythm is immature, and the frequent waking protects their need to feed and stay close to you. The goal is to help them feel safe enough to sleep when their body is ready. During the day, expose your baby to a natural daylight and normal household sounds when they are calmly awake. Then talk to them, carry them around, and offer gentle interaction. At night, keep everything boring. Use a dim light, speak quietly, avoid unnecessary stimulation during the feeds and the nappy changes. This gradually helps your baby's developing brain learn the difference between the day and night. Never ever do this. But helping a baby sleep longer must never come to expense of safety. For every sleep during the night or day, place your baby on their back on a firm, completely flat mattress in their own clear sleep space. Ideally, their cot or bassinet should be in the same room as you for at least the first 6 months of their life. The safest cot is a boring cot, so no pillows, no duvets, no cot pampers, no soft toys, no sleep positioners, no weight blankets and weighted swaddlers, and no soft nets and pods placed inside the cot. Do not rise or incline the mattress because your baby has a reflux. Unless, of course, you have received specific medical instructions. Inclined sleep products can allow a baby's head to fall forward and compromise their airway. Never sleep with your baby on the sofa or armchair. If you feel that you might fall asleep while feeding, prepare a safer place before you begin. Falling asleep accidentally on the sofa armchair is particularly dangerous. And watch the early tired signs. That's looking away, gazed eyes, less interest in interaction, yawning, becoming suddenly quiet. Crying is often the late tired sign. Once your baby becomes overtired, their stress response can make falling asleep much more difficult. Please don't worry about creating the bad habits by holding, feeding, rocking your newborn to sleep. A newborn is not manipulating you. They are borrowing your warm heartbeat, movement and calm to regulate their nervous system that is still developing. You are not spoiling your baby. You are helping them to feel safe. Newborn sleep is noisy. It is active and it's fragmented. But doesn't mean that your baby is a bad sleeper, and it does not mean you are doing something wrong. Night, when your newborn grunts and twitches, smiles and briefly open their eyes, don't immediately assume they're awake. Pause, watch, wait for a clear signal, because sometimes your baby does not need to be resettled. They need the chance to finish their sleep. And sometimes the best way to improve newborn sleep is simply to stop interrupting it.